In this seemingly tranquil era lies the origin of the Chinese agrarian civilization, the Peili-Gang ruins. Based on the scientific carbon-14 dating of a large number of carbonized fruit shells, the ruins were ultimately dated back to 8,000 years ago. Amongst the multitude of samples emerged a severely carbonized jujube pit. It's as if the faint threads of time itself have transported me back to the ancient bond between humankind and nature. But how did a tiny jujube pit manage to traverse the expanse of those long 8,000 years? In Henan's Xinzheng city, a place where jujube culture seamlessly merges, the tapestry of history and modernity intertwines. 5,000 years ago, the Yellow Emperor united the Central Plains here. According to legend, during an outing, the Yellow Emperor lost his way. Thirsty and famished, he suddenly encountered an unusual tree laden with fruit. Captivated by its taste and recognizing its rarity and scarcity, he named it Zhao. Hence, that year marked the formal christening of this peculiar tree. Gradually, Zhao evolved into the word Zao. 3,000 years ago, China's earliest collection of poems, the Book of Songs, came into existence. This compilation, encompassing various vessel states, spanning 100 years of poetic expressions, naturally does not lack the presence of jujubes.
诗经中关于枣的记载也有很多，最有名的有这样一句话，叫“8月播枣，10月获稻”。8月份的时候，这个地方的人们呢就开始打枣了；10月份的时候收割水稻。《礼记》中啊也有这样一句话：“枣粒宜蜜以甘滋”。这几个果子呢都是以甘甜为著称，所以说《礼记》中也把它作为重要的交往中的这种礼品。就说这个枣和稻，它是那个年代一个非常重要的代表和象征。
枣代表喜气，红红火火，这是我们老祖宗传下来的吉祥物。
Perhaps during that time, jujubes had already become an indispensable embellishment in the lives of the Chinese people. Over 1,200 years ago, the poet genius Bai Juyi was born in Xinzheng. Perhaps the lingering aroma of jujubes in the air of Xinzheng at that time left its trace in Bai Juyi's childhood memories. Several years later, he wrote in his poetry, 野枣花含新蜜气，山晴雨带破袍声. The poignant sense of separation seemed to evoke the jujube scent from his childhood memories. In that year, the jujube became a source of nostalgic sweetness, cherished after parting from friends. During the Ming Dynasty 5 centuries ago, the herbalist Li Shizhen spent 27 years completing a monumental work of 1.92 million characters, the Compendium of Materia Medica. In this book, he wrote, 枣味甘，性温，能补中益气，养血生津. In that era, jujubes transcended their culinary role to become a well-known medicinal herb. Emerging from the ruins, for thousands of years, the soil of the Central Plains and the fresh waters of the Yellow River have incessantly nurtured this jujube forest.
新正灰枣呢，它的这个特点呢是，这个个子适中，但是呢糖分特别甜。
How does a jujube manage to traverse the expanse of 8,000 years? Starting from the jujube pit at the Peli Gang ruins, once a witness to ancient wisdom, ancient jujube trees tenaciously grew in the barren soil. Amid droughts and floods, the jujube offered hope and vitality. Jujube trees have borne witness to generations of lives, becoming an integral part of their homes. 8,000 years later, red jujubes have borne witness to Xinzheng's historical memories, transforming into a pivotal industry for the city. Embarking on this journey spanning 8,000 years, perhaps it was never just a red jujube, but an epic narrative about time, cities, and civilization within the river of ages.